Good morning, student. Today in chapter number 4, our next topic is Khilafat and its objective. After the death of Prophet Muhammad in 632 AD, no one remained there to succeed him as a prophet. So his authority was transferred to Ummah with no established rule of succession. So his authority of this prophet was transferred to the Ummah. Then began the process of innovation, which led to the formation of the institution of the Khilafat, in which the leader of the community became the deputy or Khalifa of the prophet. So this new innovation they started in this institution of the Khalifa, where the leader of that community became the Khalifa of the Prophet. There were two main objectives of the Khilafat. First one, that to retain the control over the tribes constituting Ummah. It means the tribes, those who are in the Ummah, this Khalifa also retain the control over them. The second thing, to raise resource for the state, money and everything, to raise the resources for the state, for their people. Creation of an empire, the first four caliphs. The friend and father-in-law of Prophet Muhammad, Abu Bakr, was chosen to be the first Khalifa or successor to Muhammad. The second Khalifa was Umar. He shaped the Ummah's policy of expansion. He expanded the Ummah. He expanded the area. Then the third Khalifa was the Uthman. He packed his administration with his own men, and this led to opposition in Iraq and Egypt. He was leading the opposition of the Iraq and Egypt. On that time, maybe the Iraq and Egypt they were attacking on this area, so the Uthman also conquered this area. Then the fourth Khalifa was Ali. It was in his time the Muslim broke into the two parts, Shias and Sunni. Now the administration of the conquered territories by the Khalifas. Which type of the administration? Now see, the administration of the conquered territory was headed by governors and tribal chieftains. Governors were called the Amirs and the tribal chiefs known as the Ashraf. It means that the conquered territories they were handed to their governors. Then the central treasury, that one is called Bat al Mal, obtained its revenue from the taxes paid by the Muslims as well as its share of booty from the raids. So in the two ways they were fill their treasury. One is from the taxes, okay, from the Muslims, and the second one is that they raid on the another areas and looted the money from that area. The third one, the Khalifa's soldiers, mostly Bedouins, settled in the camp cities at the edges of the desert, such as the Kufa and the Basra. So these Khalifa soldiers they were settled in the camp area, in the camp cities, and that camp cities were the Kufas and the Basras. Now they remained within their natural habitat at the Khalifa's command. Okay, they were lived in their natural habitat. The ruling class and soldiers received shares from booty and monthly payment. These ruling class and the soldiers, they were, uh, which they also looted the money from the raids. Okay, and the monthly payment which they were also getting in the form of the taxes. So they received their shares from the this looted money and from the taxes. Non-Muslim population retained their rights on property and religious practice on payment of taxes. Non-Muslim people on that time, those who lived in this area, they, if they want the right on the property, or if they wanted to enjoy their own religion, they had to pay the taxes. Which type of the taxes? They had to pay two type of the taxes. The one was the kharaj, and the second one was the jizya. Jews and the Christians were declared as protected subjects. Subjects means people. They declared as the protected people of the state and were given a measure of autonomy in the conduct of their communal affairs. So these were the Jews and the Christian were the protected people in their state. Now the Umayyad. Umayyads and the changes introduced by Umayyads in politics or the administration. Now here I am describing you about the Umayyad dynasty. Umayyad dynasty, this dynasty was centered in the Damascus in modern day Syria and was very wealthy. This was also a very diverse empire, as many different people had been conquered in new territory. So different type of the people they were lived in this Umayyad dynasty. Muawiyah was the first Umayyad Khalifa. He was this person, this Muawiyah, he was the first Umayyad Khalifa. He had made himself the Khalifa after the death of the Ali in 661 CE. Umayyads were a prosperous clan of the Qurayshi tribe. Umayyads people, this dynasty were also belong to this Qurayshi tribe. Qurayshi, I think you remember that Prophet Muhammad, he was also belong to the Qurayshi tribe. So the people of this tribe, this clan, were very prosperous, very rich people. The Umayyad implemented a series of political measures which first consolidated their leadership within the Ummah. He did a lot of the different political changes in his empire. Muawiyah was the first Umayyad Khalifa, as I just told you, moved his capital to Damascus and adopted the court ceremonies and administrative institution of Byzantine Empire. He made this new empire which was called the Byzantine Empire. Now here you see in this map, this brown portion, this one on that time was the Umayyad Empire. This is the picture of the Damascus. Here again you see. Okay. Now in the next video, I will discuss more about this topic. Thank you.